Hi, I'm Sam Abel. Hola, me llamo Sam. What's up? I'm Sam. Bonjour, je m'appelle Sam. Hello, my name is Sam Abel, and I'm a student at KCAI. I'm going to film and photography, and I lack a creative sense. And I thought I was really weird. In high school, I took a video production class because I thought that a boy who was taking it was cute. And my teacher praised me. He thought I was awesome. I didn't understand that because he didn't even let me express myself. Like, all of my videos were very in order. It has to be this certain way. I decided to try out for cheer at a university, and I was just gonna do that, see where it took me. I ended up not making the squad, so I came to KCAI, the Art Institute. I have not taken an art class in like 12 years. The last one I took, we were drawing ducks for stamps. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't win. It's kind of shocking that I came to an art school. In my opinion, nothing I've made this far has been very outstanding or creative. My artwork sucks. I came to KCAI knowing that I was gonna be probably the only kid here who never took an art class. I have to go to foundations first and find myself. So that's what I'm doing. I'm finding myself. I'm finding my origin. I'm finding my originality, my cleverness. I'm peeking into my creativity. I'm finding out what happened to it, where it went, and how do I get it back. There was definitely a peak in my life where I was really weird and really creative. So where did my heart lie at the height of my creativity? We're gonna start with year one. I was born in Kansas City. I don't remember anything about myself when I was 1 year old. When I was 2 years old, my grandpa died, and I moved to a house in Kearney. It's a little tiny town that sucks. We moved into a cul-de-sac, and that's where my childhood began. I had a neighbor named Cezanne when I lived there. She was interesting. She was a bully, kind of, but she was my only friend. That's all I really knew since I was a baby. She was a liar. She told me that her birthday was one day, and then the next day she would tell me it was her birthday again. And then the next day she would tell me it was her birthday again. And then the next day after, yeah, you can get where I'm going. She was my best friend growing up. But she wasn't my only friend. I had my brother. I like to play Roadblock, you know, the game where you like run around on the street on the lines, and if you get tagged, you have to sit down and nobody can cross you. Would do that thing, the balance beam thing, where you like walk around the garden on the edge of the rail. I walked on the rail like a balance beam, chased a lot of geese. I kept a lot of pet geese and eggs, and I had a temper tantrum like a crazy bitch. God, I just love getting my way. I was Satan in disguise. I still am. I fought my brother. I fought my brother a lot. There's actually a video of me and him fighting. We're fighting, and I'm like, "Do you want a piece of meat?" Because I thought that's what you were supposed to say. It took me a while to figure out that it was me, not meat. But I kept asking people if they wanted meat. "Do you want a piece of meat?" According to my mother, she says, Cezanne is our neighbor who is 2 years older. Mostly they play together well, but Samantha can be very possessive. Nothing wrong with that. She also loves to sing to herself and plays along pretty well. Asks a lot of questions we can't answer. Still wets the bed at night. Favorite foods are spaghetti and cold hot dogs. My very first word No. No. Oh. No. 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 She's learning no and throws fits. Is imaginative, original, and my mom sings a lot. I sing a lot. That's where my creativity is. Why haven't I been doing that this whole time? I still feel your voice when you sleep next to me. Gets her blanket, lays down, and sucks her finger. That's me. God, I love sucking my finger. When I was 1 year old and 1 month, I slept and I ate. I did really well in daycare. So I wonder what age I started realizing that I needed to get everything my way. I love to sing. Oh my god. I like peanut butter and jelly. But can easily lose her temper. Funny, there's nothing for 6 and 7 years old. I guess my mom hated me at that age. Was I creative when I was 5 years old? Maybe. Does it really matter? Maybe. I kind of just like had a lot of birthdays, got some toys, played with them, played with Pokemon, played with my brother. Anything my brother did, I did too, because I thought it was really cool. Age 1 through 6, not shit happened really. I was discovering myself, I was finding myself. I got into trouble, I did things kids did. That was it. Whenever I was 7 to 12 years old, I moved out into Holt, Missouri. A tiny little town where you can see the welcome to and the now leaving in the same road. Holt has a population of less than 500 people, 447 to be exact. I'm not gonna lie, I lived out in BFE, Bumfuck Egypt. This is where I spent all of my grade school years. I have a lot of memories in this house, and this is definitely where my creative peak came from. I had no friends. I had imaginary friends here. I would like play by myself, and I had to make do with what I had, so I just got really creative. I just was lonely. I was a lonely kid. When I lived in Holt, I spent 90% of my time outdoors, playing in my yard, and I rode a scooter. I played so many games with that thing. I played so many games with it that it stopped working right. It would either go full blast or it wouldn't go at all. And I got really mad at it one time because of that. After I took a lap around the block and I was really pissed off, so I threw my scooter in my yard and kicked it and screamed at it and broke the shit out of it. What makes you think I had a temper? So, I used to be into like magic and I got really into it and I decided to make a wand. And so I got a stick about yay big and covered it in vegetable oil, did a chant on it, and let it sit outside for a day. And that was how you were supposed to be able to make witchcraft in a wand. I tried it, dude. It didn't really work, but it was worth it. Bark! Diary time! Yes, I kept a diary. I thought it was a great idea, actually. My very first diary entry. There's a new boy. He's new. He has a crush on me. He thinks I like him, but I hate him. I will have an F and R if I don't turn in my picture. Wow, I was a procrastinator from the beginning. 7703. I don't know how old I was. Probably like 7 or something. Tomorrow I am shooting a show called Family Times and Tales. Hell yeah, I fucking shot shows when I was 7. Today's the worst day of my life. Although we went to the Royals game and they won, everyone was being mean to me. I'm crying because of it. When I lived in Holt, after reading all of my diaries and all that, and looking back at my life, I realized I was boy crazy. Byron. I want to marry Byron. He is so cute and sweet and smart. He is just my kind of guy. He is in 3rd grade, but he's supposed to be in 4th. If he was in 4th, every girl would be going for him. I totally want to kiss him on the lips. You have no idea this obsession I had with Byron Metter. The one guy I truly love is moving close to St. Louis. When I'm in high school, I hope to see Byron Metter and then marry him because he is mine! Blah, 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 Byron, Byron, Byron. I have a small crush on Craig, maybe. I'm over Brady. Sexual frustrations? Says it right here. I'm a Byron lover freak. Whenever I lived in this house, my favorite shows were Degrassi. I liked Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I still watch Rugrats. Smallville was my thing. I bought it. I bought it. Who does that? There was something more than Tom Welling's butt that I liked about Smallville. I wanted to be Lana Lane. Why did he like Lana? What happened to Lois? Lois. Perfect example of how obsessed I was with magic. I am over Degrassi. I don't even watch it anymore. But I love Smallville. This show brings out me, my interests. I feel like somehow I have some kind of power or history that I don't know about. I feel like something unforgettable is going to happen. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was a witch. I thought I had superpowers. Every time I flipped a penny in a fountain, I was wishing for superpowers. I am starting to become cool. It rocks! I was on my way to becoming cool and normal. And then I found this game online, and I thought it was called Run Escape, but really it was RuneScape, and I thought I was gonna be running from something in the game, but it turned out to be the very first RPG I ever played. I probably dedicated at least 1 full year of my life to that game. Okay, so I really need money, lots, to become the most popular at school. Yeah, I wrote a lot about boys and my friends and being popular, but in reality, in my free time, I would take my parents' camera and make videos. I went through a lot of phases, but like secretly the whole time, I was just a weird kid. I would jump from couch to couch pretending like I was a cheetah. Cheetahs were the shit. I still love cheetahs. I always pretended to be a cat, okay? I was a cat person. Whenever I played house, who was the cat? Me. I feel like I hit my creative peak when I lived in Holt because I had to be alone. I had to. I was basically forced to be creative. And that's okay with me though. I did commercials, I made shows, I did how-to videos, witchcraft videos. I had a lot of fun with that video camera. Unfortunately, all the tapes got destroyed one year. I remember there was this one time in Holt whenever I made my friends do all kinds of crazy things. And one time I made my friend Shelby build a dollhouse with me. And like, I did not have the tools to do it. I was just a really creative kid. I wanted to build a dollhouse. I wanted to build, man. I got that plywood out and I started sawing it with my own hands.
What are you trying to do?
I'm building a house. I tried to make a lot of things when I was little. I sewed my own clothes. I made clothes for my dolls and my bears. I drew a lot of outfits. I think I was a fibrous kid to begin with. My heart changed when I picked up that camera. In 6th grade, my aunt and uncle died, and my little cousins moved in with us. And they were about 6 and 7 at the time. That changed my life. I won't forget the day that my mom got the phone call. I picked up the phone. It was police. They asked to see my mom. They asked to talk to my mom. I gave my mom the phone and I stood there and waited to see what happened. And she started yelling at them. And she was like, "No, no, this can't be true. This can't be right. This isn't funny. This isn't a joke. But turned out my aunt got in a tragic accident. My life was about to change, and it sure as hell did. It wasn't until we moved out and moved to Kearney when everything went downhill. In 7th grade, I met my best friend Joanna, who's still my best friend, and she definitely has brought out a very creative side of me. She was just as weird as I was, pretty much. She also liked doing films, so we made hella videos. Music videos, we made our own show, Rabbit 5 at 9. Hells yeah. We videotaped ourselves tying sheets together, throwing them out a window, and climbing down them. I made movies about crime scenes, swine flu, midgets, coming out of the closet, golfing, monsters, you name it. Probably made a video about it. Remade the music video for Lips of an Angel by Hinder with 2 girls. My desire to fit in and be cool took over. When I turned 16, I got a car, and all of a sudden I wasn't bored anymore. I was out doing shit that I wasn't supposed to be doing. That's when I declined into sex, money, and drugs. Everything became so non-creative. Everything was so unoriginal. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to be when I got into high school. I took math, science, history, and English all 4 years. My favorite class the whole time was English class. I was a very creative writer. I also wrote poems, and I went out of my way to do projects in English class. English class was my favorite, definitely. And you know, I feel like it was because I strive to be creative, even though in my social life I was trying so hard to fit in. If I were to look back and change anything, I definitely would have taken more art classes, less math, science, and history, really. And I probably would have punched my high school teacher in the face. In high school, I was in a video production class, and my teacher was Mr. Dodson. Very big into broadcasting. Everything had to be a certain way. There was an outline to the video. There was no room for creativity. Mr. Dodson.
Yes.
Come here. What do you think of this?
Get this creativity out of here!
He didn't like creativity. He didn't like it when kids laughed at the news. My senior year, I said, hey, I don't like broadcasting. I hate it, actually. So my senior year, he let me make my own show, which was pretty cool, but it still wasn't, it was like breaching creativity, but not quite there. It was called News Entertainment Online Now. So it was like news and entertainment, but a lot of reporting. I was just taught to not be creative. And I got here and my world changed. I now am facing a new set of standards, and the question I have to ask myself is, how can I apply my old creative mind with my new adult life? To hell with my adult life. I did better when I was a kid. So why not just be a fucking kid? I'm gonna do what I do best, and I'm gonna be imaginative, and I'm gonna do things that I love. And I'm gonna make things like this.
Should I go?
No.
No?
I don't want you to die.
I'm doing it.
Oh, gross.